From the very first instant of life, the breath is with us. It seems ordinary, automatic, invisible, and precisely because of that, almost no one notices it. Breathing has become nothing more than survival. But what if it was much more than that? What if every inhale was a lost note of a cosmic symphony? A note that silently tunes the entire soul to the great body of the universe? Ancient cultures never saw breathing as something common. For them, breath was spirit, soul in motion. What we call air was in truth vibrational code, an invisible score written inside the human body. Breathing is not just mechanics. It is an invitation, a call that never ceases. Every time the air enters us, the world asks, are you willing to align? Are you willing to tune yourself to the secret rhythm of life? The shock is right here. How can something so small, so ignored, carry the power to shape frequencies, open perceptions, and even transform destinies? There is a hidden tuning fork in every chest, invisible yet present. Breath is the hammer that strikes it. The sound is silent, but real. And if you closed your eyes right now, would you hear that inner echo? Perhaps not as a physical sound, but as vibration, as a shifting field, as a whisper that says, "Sacred breath, hidden tuning fork." A simple exercise can reveal this secret. Pause for a moment. Inhale slowly without haste. Hold the air for just 2 seconds. And release it as if letting slip an ancient secret. In this small gesture, a different silence arises within you. The heart slows down. The mind grows still. The body remembers what had been forgotten. Breath is not merely the entry of oxygen. It is an invisible adjustment of frequency. But the question that echoes is inevitable. If breath has always been this secret tuner, what happens when the invisible rhythm of air becomes, in truth, the key to vibration? The first breath is always more than biology. It is a seal, a signature. When the lungs open for the first time, it is not only the body that awakens, an entire field lights up around it. This moment was remembered in the most ancient traditions as something sacred, the instant when spirit truly anchors in the body. In Egypt, they believed the Ka, the vital essence, entered with the first breath. In the Vedic texts, it was called prana, not air, but the energy that permeates and sustains the entire universe. In the Hebrew tradition, ruach, breath that was at once wind, spirit, and divine movement. In ancient Greece, pneuma, the vital breath, that which gave soul to matter. Distant cultures, separated by deserts and oceans, spoke of the same thing with different names. All recognized that air was more than molecules. It was a bridge between worlds. When someone breathes, something crosses the body but is not limited to it. It is as if every inhale were a visit from eternity, and every exhale, an echo back to the cosmos. That is why the ancient masters saw breath as ritual, not just survival but sacrament. For them, each time you inhale, you call life inside. And each time you exhale, you give something of yourself back to the universe. A constant flow of exchange, of invisible dialogue. Breathing is speaking with God without words. Try it for a moment. Inhale deeply, imagining you are drawing in the same breath that has crossed generations, that was once called prana, ruach, pneuma. On the exhale, sense that something returns, not just air, but vibration, as if your very essence were resonating back to the whole. This simple gesture connects you to thousands of years of wisdom. You do not breathe only as an individual. You breathe as continuity. But if breath is sacred from birth, why do we forget it? Why do we turn the portal into mere automatism? The modern human has forgotten how to breathe. What was once a portal has become only an automatic mechanism, hidden beneath daily haste. We live in a stolen rhythm, in an imposed beat. Short breaths, rushed breaths, trapped in the upper chest. As if the body had forgotten it also knows how to sing. Anxiety feeds on this forgetting. The mind races, the heart pounds, the body defends itself. Every hurried sigh is an unconscious cry for help. And the faster we go, the further we drift from the natural vibration of the soul. The ancient masters said the body is a temple, but a temple without its song becomes only silent stone. So it is with modern breathing, an abandoned sanctuary. It is as if an invisible veil had fallen over humanity. A veil that makes us forget we breathe the same air that crossed generations, the same breath once called spirit. Now we breathe only as machines. And when breath becomes machine, life loses its melody. This forgetting is not only physical, it is spiritual, as if we had erased from memory that breath does not exist only to keep the body alive, but to keep the soul awake. Close your eyes for a moment. Notice your breath now. Is it short? Quick? Caught in the throat? That is the sign the rhythm has been stolen. A simple pause already tears the veil. 3 deep, conscious breaths return to the body a spark of lost memory. It is as if, for a few seconds, the temple sings again. And what if healing were not in something external, in complicated formulas or distant remedies, but simply in the return to conscious breath? The first phase of the protocol is simple, yet powerful: to root. Inhale through the abdomen, deep and slow, as if drawing life from the depths of the earth. This is the first chord of the inner tuning fork. The abdomen expands like a balloon holding energy. The body remembers it has invisible roots. When you breathe this way, you are not merely filling the lungs. You are anchoring in the present. You are telling the body, I am here. I am whole. In Taoist tradition, the belly was called Dantian, the field of vital energy. For the yogis, it was the dwelling of the densest prana, the reservoir that sustains life. In both paths, the lesson is the same. Breath begins in the inner soil, in the earth of the body. The metaphor is clear. A tree can only stand tall because its roots dive deep. In the same way, a soul can only rise if it first learns to descend. Abdominal breathing is the return to the roots. Each deep inhale is like drinking from the hidden source. Each slow exhale is like giving gratitude back to the ground that sustains you. Try it now. Inhale slowly through the nose, sending the air into the abdomen. Feel the belly expand like a fertile field. Hold for a moment. Release through the nose or the mouth, slowly, as if pouring water onto the earth. Do this 3 times before any important decision. This simple gesture works as ritual. It pulls you out of mental chaos and plants your feet in the now. It is as if the invisible roots once again fix themselves into the soil of reality. But after rooting, something begins to happen. The energy that's settled in the ground seeks to rise. And when it rises, a secret space opens inside the chest. After rooting in the belly, the breath naturally seeks its way upward. It ascends, and as it ascends, it meets the heart. The chest is not just physical space, it is a vibrational bell. When the air arrives there, it awakens stored memories, hidden emotions, pains that were trapped in unspoken silences. It is like opening the windows of an ancient temple. What was confined begins to move. In the heart, breathing ceases to be mere survival. It becomes melody. Each inhale opens space to feel. Each exhale releases what was heavy. Christian tradition spoke of the divine breath that dwells in the chest as the Holy Spirit. In yoga, the Anahata chakra is described as the flower of the heart opening to the flow of vital energy. In alchemy, the heart was the secret furnace, where the fire of breath purified heavy metals into spiritual gold. The body feels this. The chest expands as if opening wings. The vibration grows and spreads through the shoulders, through the arms, as if the entire upper body had become a resonant instrument. Breathing through the heart is giving voice to what was mute. It is allowing dormant emotions to find passage and transform into inner music. Try it now. Inhale deeply, sending the air not only into the abdomen, but letting it rise into the chest. Feel the center of the chest expand, like a temple opening its windows. Hold this expansion for a moment. Release slowly, imagining an invisible bell resounding in your heart. This exercise awakens something subtle. You are not just breathing, you are singing in silence. And this song vibrates not only within you, but in the invisible field around you. But there is a sound even more subtle, a sound that does not vibrate in the chest, but begins to awaken in the mind. A sound not heard with the ears, but with consciousness. After grounding in the belly and opening the temple of the heart, breath continues its ascending journey. Now, it touches the upper space of the lungs, close to the mind. Breathing high at the top is not tension, it is clarity. It is as if the air rises and washes the space of the mind, like wind dissolving clouds. The body feels a different freshness. Consciousness gains focus. And in that instant, what once seemed chaotic finds order. Here, breath becomes a mental note. It is not emotion. It is not instinct. It is clarity. It is the sense of the sun rising inside the forehead, illuminating thought. Ancient mystics described this state as the breath of the clear mind. For the yogis, it was the breath that awakened the Ajna chakra, the center of inner vision. In Hermeticism, it was called luminous pneuma, the breath that brought discernment. Each inhale here is like light entering through an upper window. Each exhale is the dispersing of fog. And little by little, the mind realizes it does not need to race. The breath thinks for it. Try it. Inhale slowly, sending the air to the upper part of the lungs, near the collarbones. Hold for 2 seconds, sensing freshness rising to the head. Release slowly as if letting the mist go. If you pay attention, a verifiable sign may appear. A slight tingling in the forehead, a sensation of lightness, as if something were opening. This is the mental tuning fork vibrating. It is proof that breath is not only in the body, it touches the mind like a bell of light. But what if breath could go even beyond the body? Not only clearing the mind, but crossing the empty space, dissolving the boundaries between you and the infinite? After the belly, the chest, and the mind, there is a final chord. A chord that does not belong only to the body, but to the space around it. It is the extended breath. The inhale stretches as if opening portals. The exhale dissolves until it seems to have no end. At this point, it is no longer the body that breathes. It is the universe breathing in you. It is as if the soul became a string tuned to the cosmic orchestra. Each breath is a secret dialogue with infinity. There is no longer inside or outside, only flow. Ancient traditions described this state in different ways. In the Vedas, it was called Turiya, the fourth state of consciousness, beyond waking, dreaming, and deep sleep. In yoga, it is the breath that leads to samadhi, union with the whole. Among the Gnostics, It was the divine pneuma, when human breath united with the creative breath. Here, time seems to stop. The heart slows down. The mind grows silent, and the body becomes only a bridge. This transpersonal chord is not about escaping reality, but about remembering it in its widest form. To breathe this way is to become part of the invisible choir that never ceases. The choir of all souls, of all stars, of all existences exhaling and inhaling together. Try it now. Inhale to the count of 4. Hold for 4 seconds. Exhale to the count of 8, prolonging the release. Repeat 3 times. Notice, at the end of the exhale, there is an empty space. It is in that space that the transpersonal begins. There, you are not just someone breathing. You are part of the cosmic choir. You are the nameless breath, the ownerless chord. But what truly changes when this practice becomes daily? When the body learns to remember and vibration ceases to be a momentary state, becoming a permanent frequency? Something invisible happens when the breath protocol is cultivated every day. It is not merely air moving in and out. It is the field being adjusted. Suddenly, the anxiety that once seemed normal begins to lose its grip. The body no longer races against time. The mind no longer feeds on chaos. It is as if a silent magnet realigned every atom, every cell, every thought. This phenomenon is not only esoteric, it is perceptible. Those who practice notice real changes. Sleep deepens. Intuition becomes clearer. Coincidences increase. Repeating numbers, improbable encounters, synchronicities that feel like messages. The sensation of weight turns into lightness. It is like exchanging stagnant water for flowing water. The difference is visible. A body with shallow breath is like a lake without wind, heavy, murky, motionless. A body with attuned breath is like a river in flow, alive, crystalline, vibrant. The ancients called this the adjustment of the basal frequency. The vibration that was once noisy and dissonant becomes a clear note. The field around the person changes, and others feel it, even without knowing why. It is the same reason why being near a calm person calms us. The field breathes for us. Try it yourself. After a few minutes of conscious breathing, observe the body. The heart beats differently. The skin feels more awake. The mind, more silent. This is the readjustment taking place. There is no complicated magic. Only breath reminding the body of what it has always been, living frequency. But there is still a deeper consequence, one that cannot be measured by the body, nor by the immediate field. A consequence that touches the very timeline of the soul. Breath is not only the vital force of the present moment. It carries memories, choices, patterns. When you breathe consciously, you are not only adjusting your body. You are touching the score of your own timeline. Each deep inhale sends energy into the past, as if revisiting moments of pain or silence with new eyes. Each slow exhale projects notes into the future, preparing paths not yet walked. The ancient masters used to say, "Air knows no limits." If air knows none, breath knows none. To breathe consciously is, in a way, to reprogram destiny. Imagine that every breath you once neglected created a dissonant echo. Now, each conscious breath is a new note, resonating through the old melody and correcting it. It is as if you could enter a hall of mirrors and suddenly see all your versions breathing with you, each one receiving the same adjustment, the same healing. This changes relationships. Suddenly, those close to you seem to respond differently, as if something in them had shifted too. Because it has. The vibrational field is not limited to the body. It pours into bonds, ties, memories. Conscious breath is a letter sent to time, and time answers. Try it. As you inhale, imagine this breath reaching your inner child, that moment when you felt fear or loneliness. As you exhale, see yourself sending strength, courage, an invisible embrace. Then reverse it. On the inhale, receive from your future self the serenity yet to come. On the exhale, send that future a clear vibration, like a password of passage. This is the echo of breath. It is not bound to the now. It is a message that crosses dimensions. And what if breath not only healed you, but was the key to accessing another dimension, where consciousness itself remembers who it truly is? After passing through the 4 phases, belly, chest, mind, and transpersonal, breath ceases to be technique. It becomes remembrance. It is no longer something you do. It is something you are. The body no longer breathes alone. It sings. Each inhale is the reception of life. Each exhale is surrender to the whole. You become a bridge, a vibrating string, a tuning fork that resonates with the invisible. The basal vibration changes. The field changes. Relationships change. But above all, perception changes. You understand that you were not learning something new, but remembering. Your soul always knew how to breathe the infinite. You were only recalling it piece by piece. This is not about escape. It is not about leaving the world, but being in it with more presence, more clarity, more truth. Because when breath becomes music, even silence gains melody. And at this point, daily life, eating, walking, speaking, ceases to be banal. Each act is infused with the sacred, because you are the sacred breathing through the human. The ancient masters used to say, when man breathes with consciousness, the universe breathes through him. Now, that phrase ceases to be distant poetry and becomes reality in your own chest. You are not just a body that breathes. You are a universe tuning itself, note by note, breath by breath. Next time you notice yourself breathing, remember, it is not just air. It is resonance. It is not just survival. It is tuning. Make the simple act of inhaling and exhaling your secret ritual. And each day will become, in itself, a symphony. With every breath, you do not merely live. You tune the universe within you. Your soul already knows how to breathe the infinite. You are only remembering.